didn't really know much about Penn until I started researching it for my essay, and I spent a lot of time on the website because what I found was really interesting in the sense that it'd be phenomenal to study on a campus that's almost as old as our country.
We had visited a couple of colleges in the Northeast. I remember Mom turning to me and saying, you know what, I can definitely see you going to the University of Pennsylvania. And I just definitely felt at home.
And I was just filling out applications, praying, and just really nervous about sort of the next step and where I'd be going and things like that.
I was growing up lower than middle America. I was growing up in southwestern Virginia, southern West Virginia.
No one from my childhood even went to college except for my brother, and so I didn't really know what to expect. But I knew it was great because it was a hard university to get into.
When he mentioned University of Penn, I said, that's the one you have to go for.
I mean, there's no actual day set where you know that your letters are coming. You just know that in this general time period, in the springtime is when you should probably be running to your mailbox after you get home from school.
And I go onto the server and I log on, and the server is taking forever. It's like busy. And I'm like, oh God.
Oh my God, it's a big envelope. I don't know where it's from.
I'll never forget. I looked, and the first word, congratulations, I busted out screaming.
And I screamed, like, I got in to Penn.
He told me that he got accepted, and I was thrilled.
I literally jumped for joy at the mailboxes.
And my mom came up to me, she's like, it's okay, honey. There's other chances. This is about life. I was like, no, Mom, I'm screwed because I got into Penn.
It was a really great moment. Something that I remembered very clearly. I just remember taking that back home and, telling my mom, and we were just kind of really excited. And I just remember smiling over it for the longest time.
It was a really, really good day because, there was a lot leading to that. There's a lot of uncertainty for pretty much my whole life leading up to that point. And it's not saying that, once I got into Penn, everything was concrete, because it's really just an opportunity to take advantage of. But I think, for me, getting into college was an amazing moment, not just for me, but for my entire family.
Well, I remember the first day I was in school, my father, he told me that the opportunity for education is the gift of knowledge. But for a Puerto Rican, the opportunity for education is the gift of freedom. And it always gets me emotional because he tells me his childhood story about growing up in poverty and not going to college. And it just meant so much to me.
So when I got into Penn, I'll never forget, my mom was just like, hey, you have to calm down now. I mean, there's no guarantee that you're gonna be going to the school, because she didn't want to get my hopes up.
Yeah, and that just meant the dollar bills. How much is this gonna cost us?
I've always had a situation financially because of, Kuwait, and coming to the US, my dad had a really hard time finding a job.
I was going to have to find the money. My parents weren't able to, so I wasn't going to expect them to do that.
I applied hoping that that funding would come through, and the thing is that it never hurts to try.
They do, consider, your financial status and really help you. I mean, Penn does a great job of doing that because they really want to select the most, people who have a lot of potential, and they do not want to let an economic situation get in the way for that.
I knew any school that accepted me would know that if you accepted me, that you're gonna. I just don't have anybody, because I just don't have anybody. It's not even like a question.
The amount of donations and scholarships and financial aid that I've received has just been phenomenally generous, and it has made my education here at Penn possible.
It was kind of the moment that that all roads are clear, and this was the place I was going to be here for the next 4 years.
Penn is my home. Actually, I'm going through this senior anxiety. I don't want to leave Penn. I just want to be here all my life.
And so I come from a small town, so I was like, man, this is going to be great. Penn's in Philadelphia, it's going to be an urban neighborhood. There's a certain excitement that came along with going across the nation to a metropolitan area.
Penn really helped me fit right in and helped me get over my anxiety of leaving home.
The people that I met were amazing, really receptive, and all very unique.
I like the close-knit aspect of the campus. Despite it being in a city, it's pretty close-knit.
And I wanted to be in a community where there were different types of people around me. I think I really valued that.
I think that's really important because you learn a lot about other people.
You don't just learn from what you experience in the class. You also learn from the people who you're around living with and studying with.
Penn does have pride. I think it's confidence, and I feel like that forms us and it gives us unity.
Penn in itself, going for 4 years, is an experience that gives you innately a leg up.
There are people who still today think they can't afford college. And there are other people who really don't know what the full benefits of going to college are. I think one of the main things that I would want to give back to my community is increasing awareness and making more people from my community realize that they have this huge opportunity and to take advantage of it.
Penn opened the door for him. It was a great thing for him.
You shoot for the moon, right? And you might not get there, but you land amongst the stars. And that's what I tell people when I get back home. And I shot for the moon and I got to the moon. So sometimes you hit the moon.